now delayed to 2022, including Tom Cruise's next two films, Top Gun, Maverick, and Mission Impossible 7. Joining us now is Sarah Fisher, Axios media reporter. We got important things to talk about, Sarah, but I just couldn't help thinking that Tom Cruise insisted on Val Kilmer being in this remake, and I'm just wondering how do you do that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, how's that work? I mean, we all get old, obviously, but he's had some tough times. But I don't see how Val can be. You know what? Let's talk about the real subject here. But God bless him for doing it. He insisted that Val be in it, and I think that's nice, right?
Yeah, I mean, the talent has a lot of leverage right now when it comes to movies. So if that's what he's going to demand, it doesn't shock me that the studio is going to go with it.
What's harder right now? What's causing this? That people can't go to theaters, you can't make the movies. I think we're making the content is being produced, right?
The content's being produced. There were some production delays, but think about this, Joe, like a jigsaw puzzle. So one of the reasons you can imagine you're going to move Top Gun into that Memorial Day slot is because you might want to move that Memorial Day movie into another slot in 2022. So there's a little bit of that going on. But I think ultimately the big picture here is that Delta is scaring people off. You have a lot of people who are looking at cases rise, looking at deaths rise, and they're thinking to themselves, God, is a movie worth it? Especially now that a lot of people can get these at home in the same day.
What can you tell me about just the streamers that have so much? I mean, we're talking movies, but just streamers that have so much on the line in terms of trying to distinguish themselves in this crowded field. We know there's going to be winners and losers, and content, you know, what happened? Dr. Death. Suddenly everybody had to get Peacock to watch Dr. Death. I mean, it matters if you have a hook, if you have something. And are they being made right now, or is production being disrupted with Delta?
No, they're still being made. There's a lot of precautions taking place. I know, at least for me, as a reporter who's working with studios, you know, HBO, we have a show with them. You have to be vaccinated, for example. You have to take all of the COVID precautions. So they're being made, maybe a little bit slower. The thing that you said, Joe, is huge, which is what are the streamers going to do? And for me, I think they see every single movie release as a stress test on the box office, which will determine whether or not they can put more things to streaming, whether or not they should. The studio I'm watching right now that really is looking at every data point is Disney. You know, they've got a big Labor Day hit coming up with Marvel's new Shang-Chi, and that's expected to break records, Joe, which is unbelievable. The Labor Day weekend's usually not that great, but if they think that they're going to be able to do well in the theater, they might not hold as many things on Disney+. So for the streamers right now, they're looking at the theatrical releases and they're saying, all right, what does this mean for our streaming? What does this mean for our profits? And if they think, Joe, that they're going to make more money, especially long term, by the way, once you put things in a hybrid release, your second week in the box office typically goes down. So if they think they're going to make more money not putting things on streaming right now, they might take that chance.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.